There we go. Testing. Anyways, what the fresh heck is up here, ladies and gents? My name is DVC, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Talks. A series where I talk about different aspects of Ark Survival Evolved, and, well, if it need be, have a couple of ideas to make it better. Now, I was going to do two separate Ark Talk episodes for administration and for GcM, which GcM is a whole can of worms. But I decided, considering you have to be an admin in order to have GcM unless it is given to you, which is kind of silly in my mind, but, you know, because that can be abused very easily. But, I decided to lump them together because traditionally, the two things are one and the same, and trying to separate them would be, well, silly. So that being said, I decided to lump them both together. So, administration. What is it? It's quite simple. You have the ability to have control of pretty much everything on a server. Everywhere from delete, just straight up wiping people, spawning in things, spawning in items, and just basically being in charge. It's usually the person that's paying for it, but sometimes you can have people that don't have Ark Survival Evolved at all, and are just really running a server for a friend. And they, are ultimately, in charge of people on the server while you're the one still paying for it. Now, I happen to be doing both. I'm paying for the server and I run it while also playing it. Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? But anyways, it is very easy for a person in my position to just say, sod it, everyone gets wiped, blah blah blah. I'm the only one that should be on here. It's real easy for me to be in that position and to hold that position. And really, I can spawn in and get whatever the heck I want. If I wanted a super overpowered shotgun, I can spawn one in. I can spawn in a super overpowered shotgun. And no one can tell me no. Why? Because it's my server. And that, right there, is the mindset of someone who does not or should not be in charge of anything. Just no. If that's your mindset for being an admin, then just no. That's exactly why I'm extremely selective on who I give my admin password. To the point of where it's only Night Stalker that has admin right now. Honestly, I'm not going to get into why Lone Wolf doesn't, because that's not something that I'm not going to throw him under the bus like that, because that would be rude and just wrong, and I'm not that kind of channel. Or at least I don't want to have that kind of channel. And this is a high-level stego. Do I have a cryopod? Huh. Well, I know where it is, and plus it's pretty normal looking, so But anyways, focusing back up, I run a very tight ship when it comes to administration, which is why I and my one patron, link in the description if you want to support, by the way, have it. By the way, there is a $1 tier. I haven't posted there in a long time, actually, and I probably should. But honestly, I don't really, given everything that's been going on lately, I haven't really found any reason to post or any drive to really post much of anything. Honestly, it's just been like kind of a dry spell. I have been working on a little bit of something here and there, but nothing worth posting in my mind, honestly. Speaking of patron, dodge, die. But anyways, administration should be for those that are honestly going to be kind of like a benevolent leader about it. And if you're not going to do that, then you just shouldn't have admin. If you're just going to abuse your position, like, for example, that base that I rebuilt, I didn't have to do that. I could have just said, oh, tough. Tough, oh well, you got wiped. Instead of coming down hard on pretty much anyone who dares do PvP on the server, I don't allow it for very obvious reasons. This is a Let's Play server for one, and for two, I personally do not like PvP. Is PvP on in here? Yes. So any unwanted babies and whatnot can be killed without having to claim them and then kill them and then clog up your freaking your tribe log, because that's all that is. It's just claim kill, claim kill, claim kill, claim kill. That got on my nerves, actually. In fact, one of the Scorched Earth Let's Play on my previous channel, that was plagued with that. To the point of where both Nightstalker and I agreed, yeah, we're never doing PvE again. Purely. So that is why PvP is on. It's not so people can come on here and just start destroying stuff. Absolutely not. That's stupid. This is a PvE server. And it's what I say it is. Why? Because I'm the admin. Ultimately, it's my call. It's not some rando that just joins this and just decides what a server is. No, that's not how this works. You're not paying for the server. You're not a patron. You're just a rando that's on the server. Why do you have any say on how a server's run? That's just silly. And I've had that before, actually. I've had people join the server, Blake. Is this PvP? And I tell them no. And then they try to argue with me. Like, do you see the star? Don't argue with me, guy. I've told people just straight up, if you're going to act like that, then just leave. And then they call me out of my name and blah, blah, blah. Now, could I just kick them out? Ban them? And then... Man, I've banned a lot of people from the server, I'll tell you what. From not listening to literally just destroying stuff for the sake of destroying stuff. And it's been horrible, honestly. I would show you guys the ban list, but it's quite large, honestly. And that is one of the negative sides of being an admin and not just playing on the server. That's one of the negative sides, is dealing with people that want to come on here, destroy stuff, and then call it a good day. I don't like that. I've never liked that. I tried PvP on official once, and I hated for like a month, and I hated it. I never went back to official again. Ever. Never again. I refused to go back on official. I absolutely refused. I will never go back to official. Because PvP is just gross. It's not something I'm into. But that is for its own Ark Talks. I've been... What does that have to do with administration? Well, dealing with freaking PvP apologists who really want to destroy stuff. That's pretty much what I got. The point of that. Now, administration can be a fun thing. You know, you can actually use your power to actually help people. Like, you know, I've been on multiple servers where people will give, like, it'll be like this map, and it'll be like a starter griffin. You know, nothing too fancy, not the max level, but something close enough to it to where you have a viable creature. Like, for a while, back when the server was more active, we had 435 griffins that we would just give to people along with ascendant tools. I mean, like my sickle, hatchet, and even a pike sometimes, and sometimes a crossbow. No arrows, no like munitions or anything like that, but you could at least, you know, have a good start. And that was it. Like let's take this out. Let's see. Let's remove some stuff here from real quick. And I'll show you. Obviously, my die. I'll take that tool. And that. Everything else is smoke and mirrors, so... Eh. Okay, so a starter pack on our server would consist of a griffin, a hatchet, a pick, a sickle, and sometimes a sword. And that would be the starter pack, along with just the griffin itself. And it would be unclaimed and just given to whoever wants it. And you could name it, whatever, do what you want. Just no PvP. That's pretty much the gist of starter packs. We stopped because people stopped getting on, and, well, can't be helped. It really can't. But hey, what are you gonna do? Now, for in administration, I have no real how to fix it for administration, because really, adminning a server is literally just up to the person. You can be an aggressive, you can be passive, you can be ignorant, you can just ignore everything that's going on in your server, people being unhappy, civil unrest, basically. You can ignore that all you want, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. That is strictly dependent on the person themselves. So I have no I have no quarrels with that. If you want to act like that, you act like that. It's your server. You're paying for it, probably. So, do what you want. Now that's always been my opinion on that. But now for the I don't want to say nuanced, but more interesting of the two topics, GCM. Now, I forget when GCM was added to the game, actually. But I know it's been in the game for quite some time, and it is one of the biggest tools in the game to help with a lot of things. Building is one of them. Now, GCM is a tool used for administration. Well, it should be used for administration. You can give it to anyone. You can, with a certain command, I forget what it is off the top of my head, but with a certain command, you can actually give GCM to non-admins, and they have access to all of its functionalities. Basically, what it is it gives you access to every buildable item in the game, right? So I just turned it on, and see all of the tech here. You can build armors, and everything for the replicator, the smithy, and the fabricator. You can now build or craft. You can mass craft trank arrows if you wanted. You can make propellant. You can do whatever you want. You can craft whatever you want. But literally, a lot of times, people will just use GCM for its intended purpose. Building. Ding ding. I've only ever used it for building. And so I can have infinite weight and not have to be bothered with freaking being encumbered and whatnot. That's literally my biggest use of GCM, honestly. And plus, this helps a lot. You know what? And I'll say one thing I'm not a big fan of. I'll just start with that. Is this right here. If I wanted to do this, I would just use fly. If I wanted to just fly around all fast I would just use the fly command. And that's it. Now, it used to be where if you double tapped, see, do I have any creatures that are on the ground? Okay. And also, this is one cool thing. How'd you see him? You're essentially in God mode. Oh, it's probably hitting my featherlight, actually. It's probably what it was hitting. But anyways, it used to be where if you double tapped X, the creature you were riding on would be able to fly. That was one of the coolest things because, well, for one, if you were taming and you had GCM on, you wanted to quickly get to base, you could just hop on up and go. Can't do that anymore, which kind of sucks. Right now, I'm double tapping X right now, and nothing's happening. That was a mistake. That shouldn't have been changed. I can see why it was. I mean, I can understand why it was, but that's something that should not have been changed, I think, because that was very helpful. GCM is a helping tool, and if you just live in it, then that's on you. Now, I have used GCM in the past, especially in mass breeding episodes, so I can carry a lot of eggs. Because GCM, one thing that it does is it gives you a stupid amount of weight. Yeah, for one, if I open up my inventory right now, you can see the weight right there is pretty much maxed out. So literally, I could pick up my base over there and everything in it. Well, probably not actually, but close to it, and just run. Like I could easily empty out the replicator and carry everything in it. Like watch. Where's Oceania? So if I were to put all of this stuff on my Griffin, right? All of this stuff, and I end up dumping my inventory into my Griffin a lot of times just so I can be free to move. So like if I were to dump everything out of my Griffin, with the exception of my spyglass and my food, because duh, you kinda need to eat. Oh, 285. I wouldn't mind tumbling down. So literally, there's 205 items in this replicator. If I were to turn GCM off right now, I would be encumbered. Right? So this is everything that was in the replicator. Just from the crystal alone, I would be encumbered. And all this wood. All this stuff. But, as you can see here, I'm able to move with the GCM on. If I turned it off, I ain't going nowhere. I can only turn. Well, also on the bright side, if anyone tried to pick me up, they wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't be able to move. And that's kind of cool. Honestly, that's one of my favorite functions. But at the same time, GCM is also super annoying. This is one of the cooler things about it. Is the teleport. There is a excuse me. There is a teleporting rifle. There's a triple function rifle that comes with GCM activation. You blink, which can go a fair distance. You can scan a creature. So I can scan this Dilo, all of its stats. Oh, actually, that's pretty good health. Or you can actually just straight up kill it. And you can just swap between each function using the left trigger. And that's probably one of the best functions of the GCM outside of being able to just build and do whatever you want. Now, the major bugbear I have with GCM is two things. Now, you guys saw when I turned off GCM how my screen got all bloody? Yeah, that right there is one of the biggest bugbears. And also, when you when you turn GCM on, everything in your inventory basically becomes weightless. Right? So that's all. These are all plus sides, by the way. These are all good things. So if I were to take my inventory back and go on, I want to say Loki. Yeah, Loki, for example. And then I turn off GCM. Okay, actually, no. I gotta get off. Let me off. Thank you. So I'm gonna turn off GCM. See how I'm almost encumbered? Loki is encumbered because he only has one weight boost, like at all, as you can see. So, if I were to turn GCM back on, I'm able to move because my inventory is completely ignored. That is a good thing. That is excellent. That is brilliant. Definitely keep that. But one of my biggest bugbears with GCM and why I don't always use it, which is why I'm annoyed with anyone that does always use it, is this right here. So I'm going to turn it off again. And the admin rifle breaks, and this right here. This is why I don't like it. those engrams that you're not, those engrams that and stuff, they stay in your inventory. These should disappear. I mean, it's not like you can't craft them on your person. You're not able to craft them like that, just willy nilly, like you do with the GCM turned on. You can't do that. It doesn't work. Now, and that's another bugbear I have. See how my food is dropping right now? And my health is extremely low? That right there is a bugbear for me. That is a point of contention, really. Because I don't like that. Because you turn GCM off, you're basically getting punished for it. Right? So usually if you're an admin and you it gets disabled, I say follow it up immediately with infinite stats. Because that's going to happen. And infinite stats will not only heal you, but fill up your food and do all that kind of stuff. And just turn it off. And clear off this thing. And there we go. Yeah, I've been depowered over GCM. I have no tools active. But I still have access to all the engrams. Now here's one fix I have. Literally when you turn it off, all of its functions go away. The engrams don't stay. So all of this. Oh, come on. So literally all of this, when you turn GCM off, it goes away too. That's what it should be. Now, is this gonna fall on deaf ears? Yeah, probably. But you know what? That is what I think should happen with GCM. You shouldn't be basically punished for turning it off. That's dumb. That makes absolutely no sense. If I'm turning off GCM, that means I'm done building. Like, I shouldn't be punished for it. That's just silly. It's crazy talk. Like, I don't mind being the most powerful thing in the room, person in the room or whatever, but that is just silly. Also, this Lystro looks really cool. Oh, it's a 420! Oh, it's a 420. Oh, well. 420 and event? Yes, please. I mean, yes, it's a Lystro. I mean, literally way far past needing Lystros, but come on! It's event colored. I don't actually have any flowers on me. But yeah, no, GCM is a really fun tool. It really is. It can be helpful. The infinite weight is great. The all the different functionalities is really, really fun. I'm glad it exists. But without those two things, if you were to apply those two things, GCM would be my favorite thing in the world. Literally remove the engrams, remove this when it's turned off, and not freaking immediately die basically upon turning it off. Because you lose health, you lose a big chunk of health, and you're immediately starving afterwards, which is kind of silly, in my opinion. And I've never been a fan of that. But yeah, administration and GCM, very, very important things, especially on an Ark server like ours. Now, I haven't really played any other games, but I don't know. It's okay, I guess. It's not something that I would always use. I mean, me being an admin, I'd rather just spawn in, items half the time. Which is why I end up dumping my building materials and whatnot. I mean, if I want to fly, I would either just use fly or freaking just have a tech chest piece. Sorry. But, equipped. Literally, there are so many alternatives to using GCM. If you were to apply those fixes, I would have no problems with it. But, I don't really know how to... What's a good thumbnail for this? I don't know. I'll figure something out. Hey, we got a Lystro! Whoop whoop! Alright. Cool. Alright, little mister. Well, nope. Come on. Work. You just, have that. I said have that. Jeez. Just Louise. There you go. Alright guys, well I think that's actually it for this one. This is it. That's it for another episode of Ark Talks. If you have any suggestions on how to make GCM better, or what you would add to it or modify, do let me know in the comment box, or comment section below rather. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.